Hello, dear friends. Theatre of the absurd is characterized by seemingly meaningless plots, repetitive dialogue, and lack of dramatic sequence that often create a dreamlike atmosphere. This resembles today's visible reality. I only find meaning in some messages from heaven. Opinion piece. Rescue operation. Masterpiece operation. A higher energy begins. All the signs are in the sky. Wall Street experiences its worst day of the year. Let's start. According to Peter B. Mayer, towards the end of 2018, the Forces of Light initiated an all-encompassing planetary liberation operation called Operation Freedom Earth. In the first hours of this incredible operation, they destroyed a large artificial screen called the Dyson Sphere that was blocking all access to the fifth dimension. Another special mission of the Forces of Light, called Operation Masterpiece, consisted of diverting large amounts of high-frequency gamma light from the galactic core of the Earth Sun to the surface of planet Earth in order to activate the strands 4th and 5th of Earth's latent stellar seed. The purpose of this mission was to raise the atomic vibrational resonance of the star seed so that they would be able to consciously perceive the fifth dimensional level. There was a major news event that took place at the beginning of the Operation Masterpiece, where every solar observatory on Earth took very clear and detailed photos and video recording of Forces of Light spacecraft performing this light deflection operation in the vicinity of the Sun. The light forces have been 100% successful in eliminating the radiation of this light towards Earth from the past 4 years, with every strong beam of cosmic light emanating from the galactic core measured, recorded and documented to date by the Coalition, as well as by all of Earth's cosmic agencies. Anchorage. While the benevolent galactics did the technical work to help raise the frequency of the planet and bring the light to Earth, this was only half of the battle. This high-frequency scalar light had to be anchored into the crystalline grid of the planet so that it could be stored on Earth for the purpose of raising the consciousness level of all Earthlings. The new 5D light grid on the Earth's surface emits scalar light wave aligned with the Earth's frequency of the 4th and 5th strands of DNA. The fifth dimension resonates at 40 to 100 Hz in the gamma state of consciousness. It is to say, a perfect state that manifests the energies of love, peace, joy, abundance, health, and freedom. The old three-dimensional matrix still resonates at 7.8 Hz, while the 5D begins at 40 Hz and continues up to 100 Hz before entering the sixth dimension. A higher energy begins throughout the world. It is all about divine love. Sightings. According to Michael Love and the Pleiadians, there has been a great increase in reports worldwide of multiple suns, strange lunar activity, extraterrestrial clouds, strange lights in the sky, colorful comets and asteroids. There is definitely a huge increase in the sightings of spinning spheres and UFOs. Even stranger is the fact that many say they can clearly see the outlines of massive planets moving across the sky on a daily basis, and these objects are massive, sometimes covering half of the celestial panorama. It is said something big is going on behind the scenes. Like clockwork, A massive dead star in the auroral cloud moves close to Earth's solar system every 13,000 years, and because of this distance from this star and its distance from Earth, several massive planets in that solar system pass close to the Sun and Earth every 3,654 years. The most recent close orbital cycle of this twin solar system began just before the Earth year 2012, and currently in 2023 it is in a very close perihelion relative to the Sun and Earth. In the first half of 2024, this orbital cycle will reach its maximum perihelion. Hercopolus. This system contains its own brown dwarf sun, which is much larger than Earth's yellow sun, and emits a blinding white plasma light. One of the 8 planets in this twin solar system has many names, such as Planet X, Nemesis, Hercopolus, and Nibiru, a planet beyond Neptune that crosses the orbits of the other planets. This planet is blue-green, like Earth, not red, and 5 times larger than Earth. Another smaller planet in this system is bright reddish-orange, and is currently to the left below the Sun at sunset. If you look, you will see it. It is known that regardless of the attempts of the powers that be to hide this solar system of Nibiru from the world in the coming months, it will appear so clearly and brightly in the sky the closer it gets that nothing can hide it any longer. The ancients were fully aware of this twin solar system as they followed its intersection in the sky, and the powers that be have known this since 1983. It was only for selfish reasons that they choose not to alarm humankind about it. Although these celestial bodies interact with Earth's magnetic field and weather systems, it is known that they are actually moving away from the Earth and there is no danger of collision. The orbit of Nibiru 3654 and the solar system is a cyclic restart event that has caused a major solar flare, an extinction level event at least 5 known times in prehistory. But it is also known that no major cataclysm is taking place this 6th time, mainly due to the advanced magnetic pole and stabilization technology placed at Earth's north and south poles. In addition, the exotic gamma light from the great solar flare will activate all latent DNA in this cosmos, and Earthlings will be elevated in consciousness to the next higher dimension. New beginning. It is a time of a new beginning and a time when incredible and wondrous things are going to happen. It is not a time for a conspiracy or an end of the world scenario. It is a time to be practical and use common sense. Above all, it is a time to use greater intuition and discernment for all information you receive. It is not a time to look down or to look back. It is a time to lift your head and look up, for that is where greatness takes place. We tell you to go out and lift your eyes to the sky every day and see if you can see it. As the celestial bodies continue to move overhead and the sun becomes more sensitive, know that the great solar flare is coming and it is going to happen soon. As the ancients said, all the signs are in the sky and the writing is on the wall. Have much peace and hope. Cosmic news. The Earth entered the photon belt in the 50s. Every 13,000 years, Mother Earth turns over to cleanse herself and start a new civilization. Earth is wobbling around Stan. According to Stan. Has anyone noticed where the sun is rising these days, it's in a different place every sunrise. The change is hardly noticeable each day. I have watched the sunrise for over 7 years and have seen it change position from one extreme to the other on a time scale of about 6 months. Our planet wobbles worse than a drunken sailor on a Saturday night. If the coalition does nothing to stop the decline of humankind, then we demand divine intervention because we deserve better. And if the galactics do nothing to intervene, then our worst nightmare will come true. According to Matthew Watt, politicians will be replaced by wise leaders with integrity and honor. Covert operations will be rebuilt and mind control measures will be ended. Gradually, all sources of corruption will be unmasked like a row of slowly falling dominoes. The coalition has undertaken the monumental task of ridding the world of all dark activities. Europe. The European Union will reduce its payments to Spain if it does not cut pensions. Germany's GDP falls by 4% due to the consequences of the conflict in Ukraine. A Swedish minister says the European Union does not know exactly the effects of its sanctions on Russia. Scientists who predicted the earthquakes in Turkey anticipate where the next earthquakes could occur, in Cyprus and in the Turkish provinces of Bengal and Adana. Wall Street experiences its worst day of the year on the USA. These are news of USA. Wall Street experiences its worst day of the year on the eve of another Powell meeting. Biden blames the railroad company for the environmental disaster in Ohio. Americas. Argentina, first country on the continent to offer nationality to stateless Nicaraguans. AMLO seeks to eliminate a piece of the Constitution against foreigners in Mexico. 9 of the 10 most violent cities in the world are in Mexico. A study reveals that the Mexican city of Colima is the most violent in the world. The US approves the extradition of former President Alejandro Toledo to Peru. Soy can generate more income than hydrocarbons in Bolivia. There are 21 active volcanoes in Colombia. The most dangerous are Cerro Machín and Nevado del Ruiz. Russia. Bloomberg says Russia and China are essential to global food security. Russia to the United Nations, in quotes. We know who and how the sabotage of Nord Stream was carried out. Russia suspends its participation in the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.